first saw the trip in December. It was just an ad on Facebook, nothing dramatic, but something about it stayed with me. At first I thought maybe one day, maybe in the future. It felt like one of those distant ideas you save for someday. But over the next couple of weeks, I couldn't stop thinking about it. April didn't feel that far away anymore. And at some point, without overanalyzing it, I just decided I'm going. It stopped being a future plan and it became something real. I've spent most of my life near the sea, basically at zero elevation. My body has always known that environment, so the idea of climbing that height, it felt unpredictable. You can train your legs, you can prepare your gear, but you can't really rehearse how your body will react to thin air. That uncertainty stayed with me before I left. The first day was a strange mix of excitement and nerves. I was excited about the journey ahead, the mountains, the experience, everything we had planned. But at the same time, I didn't really know anyone from the group. There is always that moment of uncertainty when you are about to spend days walking with people that are essentially strangers. But somehow, it didn't take long. A few conversations, a few shared laughs, and it started to feel easy, natural. For me, going that far away is a mental reset. The trail becomes an escape from everyday responsibilities, from routines, and especially from work. When we are walking for hours, your world becomes very simple, step by step, breath by breath. There is something powerful about being somewhere where your phone doesn't work. No emails, no notifications, no urgency. The toughest moment for me was the last mile before reaching the base camp. By then the air was thin, every step felt heavier than the one before. I was short of breath, and no matter how slowly I walked, I felt like my lungs were always trying to catch up. And as if that wasn't enough, the weather turned. A snowstorm rolled in and the wind was blowing the snow straight into my face. That last mile felt longer than the entire journey before it. That was the night before the final push. We were staying in the Orali and that was when it hit me. I had a headache from the altitude and even the smallest effort made my heart race. Lying there in the lodge, I remember thinking, what if this is as far as I go? This wasn't fear exactly, it was uncertainty. Your body feels different. You don't know if pushing forward is brave or reckless. The team made all the difference. They were supportive throughout the entire trek, steady, positive, always there. But there is one moment I will never forget. On the final stretch, climbing the last steps towards Annapurna base camp, I was completely out of breath, and every step felt like too much. I can remember Dimitris cheering for me, simple words, but at that moment they meant everything. When you're exhausted like that, encouragement isn't just motivation, it's fuel. That's when you realize you're not climbing alone. High altitude changes you in subtle ways. The thin air makes you uncomfortable. You're never completely at ease. Even when resting, your body feels slightly out of balance. And that discomfort does something to your mind. It slows you down. It makes you more aware. You start questioning things, your limits, your decisions, even your reasons for being there. At that altitude, nothing feels automatic anymore. Every breath is intentional and every step is a choice. I don't think you can truly understand it unless you've been there. For me, the whole journey was unique on every level. It wasn't just the mountains, it was the culture, the simplicity of life in villages, the kindness of Nepali people, the conversations you have along the trail with strangers who slowly become part of your story. The landscapes were overwhelming, but it's a combination of everything that stays with you. It's not just a hike, it's an experience that changes the way you see things. Honestly, the moment that stayed with me wasn't the base camp itself. It was the first time I saw the snowy peaks of the Annapurna range. That evening at the end of our first day, we stayed in Chomrong. I stepped out on a terrace and there they were. Breathtaking. I just froze for a moment. Not excitement or fear, just humility. A quiet sense of being exactly where I was meant to be, even if only for a moment. Photos don't prepare you for that scale. You can see the pictures, but You can't feel their presence until you're standing there looking at them in real life. One sentence, once in a lifetime, nothing else comes close. Why go? For all of it. The peaks, the people, the challenge, everything adds up to something unforgettable.